Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into her side, Chief. It was coming back from the island of Tinian to Lady. We just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. The vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about half hour. Tiger, 13-footer. You know how you know that in the water, Chief? You can tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. What we didn't know was that our bomb mission was so secret, no distress signal had been given. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief. Sharks come cruising. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. You know, it was kind of like old squares in battle, like you see in the calendars, like the Battle of Waterloo. And the idea was a shark come to the nearest man, and that man, he starts pounding and hollering, and sometimes that shark, he'd go away. But sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark look right into your eyes. You know, the thing about a shark is he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, he doesn't even seem to be living until he bites you. His eyes roll over white, and then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming, and the ocean turns red, and despite all your pounding and your hollering, they all come in and they rip you to pieces. You know, by the end of that first dawn, lost 100 men. I don't know how many sharks, maybe 1,000. I know how many men. They averaged 6 an hour. Thursday morning, Chief, I bumped into a friend of mine, Herbie Robinson from Cleveland, baseball player, bosun's mate. I thought he was asleep. I reached over to wake him up. He bobbed up, down in the water. He was like a kind of top upended. Well, he'd been bitten in half below the waist. Noon the 5th day, Mr. Hooper, a Lockheed Ventura. He saw us, he swung in low, he saw us. A young pilot, a lot younger than you, Mr. Hooper. Anyway, he saw us and he come in low. 3 hours later, a big fat PBY comes down and he starts picking us up. You know, that was the time I was the most frightened, waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So 1,100 men went into the water. 316 men come out. The sharks took the rest. June the 29th, 1945. Anyway, we delivered the bomb.